Board members can protect themselves by acting as prudent business people and using something called the business judgment rule. A prudent business person, and business in the sense of getting things done, not in terms of commercial profit, is someone who operates in good faith and who looks at the best interests of the organization in their decision making. So again, you're focusing on the organization and not your personal agenda. The business judgment rule basically means that if you reasonably believe that you have contacted people and solicited information that will help you make a decision, so if you have staff, that you have turned to the staff who know about the particular program or issue, and you believe they're competent and you ask them to help you make the decision by providing you information, then you acted reasonably. It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. It's just, did you act reasonably in making your decisions? Or maybe there's a board committee that's a special committee, maybe the finance committee on a larger nonprofit. And you're not on the finance committee, but you rely on the finance committee to say, yes, we read these things, yes, these financials are right. You can do that, so long as you believe they're competent. You can do that, and that's a reasonable business judgment, and you will not be personally liable. Or you can talk to your accountant, your lawyer, maybe if it's a purchase of land or a building or something, you know, a good commercial real estate person. You can rely on them so long as you have a reasonable basis to believe that they're competent. If your third cousin, twice removed, just got out of, you know, high school and is good at math, that's not necessarily a reasonable belief that you can trust him to review your financial statements, or her. So reasonableness is the key. So the way that you protect yourself is that you communicate, that the staff and the officers and the board communicate. The staff ideally is the one that really knows what's going on. That's the feet on the street. That's who knows what programs are working and not working and how they're working. Communicates up if you have an executive director or some operational officer. That person is informed, the executive director then in turn informs the board. If you're a small organization, the board is the street. Those people are the street on the feet, and they're very, very involved. The more involved you are, the more important it is that you exercise prudence and use good business judgment, because there's no layer between you and responsibility. You are the one acting. So that's the general scope of liability. It's rare because it's a judge. You know, anybody can sue you for anything. There's nothing really you can do about it, and it happens all the time. So if you were sued either in your individual capacity, in your capacity as a director, or the organization, there are different things you can do. There are different levels of protection. The business judgment rule and making good sound decisions is one. Indemnification, if your organization has enough funds, then they can indemnify you if the funds are available and make you whole, which means they will step in and they will handle the suit and you'll cooperate and they'll pay the expenses. Some organizations buy directors and officers liability insurance because they don't have the money to step in that kind of situation, but they buy insurance that, heaven forbid, something happens, the insurance would step in and help you. So those are different ways that you can protect yourself. Sometimes your homeowner's policy might cover you if you have like a platinum super duper homeowner's policy, but only your broker could tell you that. Most people I don't think would have that coverage, but occasionally they might have that.